Okay, love this. Delicious. If you were someone who liked amaretto based recipes and you're going sober, you want a non-alcoholic option, this is delicious. Let's get into taste testing this amaretto. Oh my god, this is beautiful. I don't know if you can see it. Another thing I love about Lyres is just the artwork they put. This is their Amaretti, so non-alcoholic amaretto. And the thing with amaretto is amaretto traditionally is like an almond liqueur. As a liqueur, it's kind of sweet, but amaretto sours are like a recipe that a lot of people love. I love to make them, very fancy. So the thing is, like when we get to the non-alcoholic version, they have different levels of sweetness, and so we kind of have to like adjust for that because they're not always like a perfect replica. But the thing about non-alcoholic spirits is they just have really big bottles and they're expensive. So it's like you have to kind of take a leap of faith sometimes, which is part of why I want to do more taste testing. So that way, if you are looking to taste these things, you can kind of see what my thoughts are before you go out and break the bank. You know, obviously everyone's tasting palate is different. But you know, hopefully if you watch someone else taste test it, you're like, okay, am I gonna like this? I'm really excited. I've heard good things about it. So, it smells so almond. Oh my god, that is so good. What? Wow. I'm a big fan of Lyres overall. I will say like some of their stuff I like more than others. They really like recreate a lot of the complexity that you might get in higher class alcoholic spirit. Let me just give this a sip again. Okay, definitely a little bit of maraschino flavor, which is actually great. There's a vanilla flavor in here for sure. This would be like good with the dessert. Yeah, the cherry is what hits up front, and then afterwards, just like this effervescence. Like you get vanilla. I think they use essences in the creation, so it has this really dynamic experience. This is and also like you get a little hint of orange. Definitely though, this stays true to the amaretto factor of being a little sweeter, right? Liqueur essence, obviously non-alcoholic. But yeah, they don't have this Total Wine, unfortunately, but I was able to order it online. Oh God, that's so good. Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna try an amaretto sour. Now with amaretto sours, really again, it depends on your liqueur. So I'm gonna make a half size. I'm gonna make this half size. So I'm gonna do 3/4 ounce. We're using honey syrup, so it's a little bit different. So I'm going to add an 1/8 ounce. So you do like a half size of that. Big fan of all the bitter because they're not alcoholic. People are going non-alcoholic. Sometimes they don't want to use traditional bitters, even though it's diluted to the legal non-alcoholic limit within a drink. Some people still prefer to just avoid it entirely. So there's non-alcoholic bitters, which is great. And you can use these in cocktails too. So I like buying these because they're just great for diversity of like, no matter who I'm serving, no matter what mood I'm in, I have the choice. Now, normally when I'm doing my sours of any kind, I like to add Angostura bitters. Angostura is trademarked, so aromatic bitters are usually what we use to replace that if you're not using the brand name. I'm just gonna add one, and we're just winging this. One orange. Then we need our sour. We need our sour ingredients. I'm gonna add a half ounce. Add a half ounce. Again, if you're taking notes, you're doing at this home, double what I'm doing. Because I'm just trying to taste test this. I don't want to waste it. I'm about to go make another drink. So I just kind of want to see what the vibes are at with this. See what I need to do while working with this. So I don't want to make a full size. Let's get some ice in here. Okay. Let's shake this up. Now, this is just my demo glass. It's heavy, it's beautiful, gorgeous, really heavy, and especially in this streaming space I have set up, it's really tight. So I'm going to switch this over to my Bar Above shaker. I'm a big fan of a Bar Above because they are made by bartenders and their jiggers and everything else is really supreme quality. It's the only thing that's come close to my Japanese shaker that I bought in San Francisco in like 2016 that I can't even find online. So let's go ahead and transfer this to the slap. Let me just reuse the glass I did before. And let's see what we got here. Okay, look at this beauty. Oh, whew, that is sour. Okay, good news. This is not as sweet. So we need to add a little more honey syrup. So let's add another 1/4 ounce. Yeah, that is way too sour. The thing with honey syrup is it is honey to hot water. So it's cut a little bit. So it's a little less sugar. So sometimes I find depending on the recipe, I need to add a little more because it's not the same as like simple syrup. If you were doing traditional amaretto sour, you could use simple syrup and do less than what I did with the honey. This is improper, but we're taste testing. It's much more balanced. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Perfect. Okay, love this. Delicious. This is again a half-size recipe. If you were someone who liked amaretto based recipes and you're going sober, you want a non-alcoholic option, this is delicious. It tastes sweet when you test it, like when you taste test it, but in the recipe, it's not that sweet actually. So you might need to just, treat it like you would, add more sweetener to taste. I am really happy with that. This is so good. I'm going to give this to my partner because he is sober and I'm about to make another one for myself.